Welcome back to Franco Fridays. I've got another review for you. This is a film that I've had in my collection for a while, and my buddy Ragnar, who comments almost all my Franco reviews, mentioned this as a blind spot that I haven't done. I realized I haven't done this movie, so I need to remedy that. And we're talking about Lorna The Exorcist, 1974. Thought to be a lost film for many years. What happened was the original camera negative was destroyed after French producer Robert Nessel, I think, took the negative, and it took about 20 minutes out of the film and inserted a bunch of porn scenes in it. Just destroyed it. I mean, he really did. It's just real, almost criminal what he did. I can't believe it, but uh, fortunately, thanks to Mondo Macabro, they were able to piece together through three different 35 millimeter sources a complete 100-minute print of Lorna, and that's what we have here today. This is a unfortunately out of print DVD. Be great to have a Blu-ray of this because I think it is one of Franco's best films and one of Lena Remey's best performances, certainly. The film opens up and you get right to it with a lesbian love scene. And I have to say, for people that are casual Franco fans or horror fans interested maybe in Franco, this is not where you would start. It has a lot of muff diving, lesbian stuff, and some incest themes actually. So it's pretty rough stuff. It came out at a time when, of course, we had The Exorcist, which I had the fortune of seeing at the drive-in as a how old was I? Gosh, I was under 10 years old, but I did get to see The Exorcist on the big screen, and it scared the shit out of me. But then you had all these films that were kind of playing on that theme, just like any kind of success story. People start mimicking it, Beyond the Door, uh, that kind of stuff. But the this film was similar in that it's kind of playing on the Exorcist title. Franco also did a film called Exorcism, uh, but this film really has nothing to do with that. Other than what you have is uh, you do have themes of demonic possession. Pamela Stanford, a French actress, plays Lorna, and Lorna is really kind of just a succubus, a demonic woman that she ensnares Lena Remey's father, obviously before she was born, uh, because he has gambling debts, and he basically makes a pact with the devil, is what he does. It's kind of a Faustian tale. In return for being a success monetarily, he has to turn Lena, who is Linda in this movie, over to the succubus when she's 18. That's the story. Uh, and the film opens up with kind of a flash forward with Lena and Pamela Stanford kind of going at it. I mean, and the music in this, the guitar tracks in this are so hypnotic. It's a really a hypnotic, disturbing, unsettling film that I think you can easily, if you let yourself, particularly if you're a '70s exploitation cinema lover, if you just let yourself go with it, uh, which I think is kind of necessary with some Franco films, you can really get immersed in it. I think this is fantastic. If you don't get immersed in it and you don't let yourself go with it, you're probably going to feel like this movie is padded and slow. But I, of course, don't feel that way. But I can see where people think that. Um, one of this is definitely one of Franco's best films, and the music in this is some of the best in his filmography. It's a psychedelic mix of some funky guitar tracks, heavily influenced by '60s sounds, which, I mean, this is 1973, 1974, so that makes sense. uh, by a guitarist named Andre Benishu, actually Hou. He uh, he was fantastic, fantastic guitarist. Franco appears in the film as a doctor. He's got a brief scene as a doctor who makes kind of a cameo appearance. He's treating this woman who's coming out of a coma, and clearly she's under the spell of Lorna, and he's trying to treat her. Also, you got our buddy Howard Vernon, who's practically in everything European horror and exploitation wise. He makes an appearance as Lorna's henchman, and he kind of does all her dirty work. So at the end of the day, I mean, you've got a Faustian tale here, really about male weakness and female empowerment, which is, as we know from Franco, he loves females. Well, I don't think that. I mean, we get that. The film builds to a final revelation of Lena Remey's character, in which she probably gave her best, finest on-screen performance. I thought, a concise portrait of demonic possession, without any special effects. It really came through, and it's an impressive wrap up of the film. The third act, the finale, was excellent. Yeah, I mean, I give it an 8 out of 10. On this release, of course, you've got a brand new anamorphic transfer, which looks good. I mean, it's as good as you're going to get, I think. You got two interviews with Stephen Thrower. One is kind of giving a general Franco overview, and then the other one is about a 12-minute discussion of Lorna the Exorcist, uh, specifically. And then you've got about a 14-minute interview with the editor of the film, a French guy named Gerard Killicane. Uh, the Actually, the back cover of this Mondo release says that there's deleted and extended scenes. That's nowhere to be found uh, unless it's hidden somewhere. I don't know. But the soundtrack is excellent. The picture quality is fantastic. This would be great on a Blu-ray, 2K, maybe a 4K scan. That would be fantastic. But I highly recommend for Franco fans, certainly Lorna the Exorcist, some of his best work, and certainly some of his best musical work in film, and an interesting and different and unique take on demonic possession. Uh, and who could we expect to be more unique than Franco, right? So that's going to do it for Lorna the Exorcist. And if you've seen the film or have this Blu-ray and want to talk about it, feel free to leave comments in the section below. And I appreciate you watching. Thanks.